Guys, hope you're not missing me too much. I forgot to put the bell ringer in my video that you're going to watch next. So here we go. So we are doing equations first. So remember, distribute, combine, solve. Are there any numbers that need to be distributed? So you said yes, because there is an 8 next to this parenthesis. Remember, a number next to a parenthesis just means to multiply. So 8 times 4 is 32k. Minus 8 times 4 again, which is 32. Okay, nothing's going to happen over here, so we're just going to bring it down. Okay, now we're on combine, so we're going to look at the left side. Nothing that goes together. Look at the right side. Nothing that goes together. So now we're on combining on like sides. So the 32 and this negative 5k go together. I'm going to get rid of this negative 5k by moving it to the other side by adding it. If I move the k over here, that means I need to move this number over here. So the opposite of subtracting 32 is adding 32. So we're left with this problem and this problem. 32 plus 5 is 37k. And negative 32 plus positive 32 is 0. Last step, divide by 37. Any number divided by 0, or 0 divided by any number is just 0. Okay, so that's the first problem. Second problem, we are looking to find the slope of this line. Both points are actually on the coordinate corners, so we can use the lines. So to get from the first point to the second point, we are going to go down. So we're actually looking at the y values. So 1 to negative 3, how many spaces would that be? 4. And we went down, and then we're going to go left to right. Okay, we're actually looking at the point from negative 2 to 0, which is 2 spaces. Then we're going to do rise over run. And we can actually do this problem. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. If you like to pause the video so everyone can get this written down, and then pass out the papers and continue the video for the next part of the lesson. Alright guys, I'm going to teach you this worksheet that hopefully the sub just handed out. If you don't have a calculator, go ahead and grab one now. If you need to pause the video, go ahead. So occasionally I'm going to say pause, whoever's in charge of the computer or the smartboard, just pause the video so that we can have work time. Since it's kind of hard, I'm teaching to an empty classroom right now. So what we're going to do today is working on identifying both slopes from a word problem, and we'll get more into that next week. But the premise is this: if I give you a bunch of information, there's 2 ways that you can interpret it, and one way is going to be useful and one way is not. So if you look at the first problem, I know it's going to be a little hard to see on your screen. It's exactly the problem that's on your paper right now, so follow along on your paper as you're watching the video. So it says $8 for 3 cans of tuna. What I want you to do is write the fraction both ways. So the first fraction is going to be 8 over 3. And the second fraction, we'll just flip that and we'll do 3 over 8. These numbers don't mean much as fractions, so what I want you to do is go to your calculator and put 8 divided by 3 and write that answer, and then 3 divided by 8 and write that answer. So if you want to pause the video right now, and everyone take the chance to do that. Okay. So hopefully for the first problem, you got 2.67. It says 0.6 repeating in the calculator. Remember, we round up. And then for this one, you got 0.375. Again, at this point, both numbers are kind of useless information. So now we're going to go back to the problem. It says $8 for 3 cans of tuna. Since we did this problem in the order that they gave us, the units match. So this is $2.67 for a can of tuna. Okay? Or over here, because we reversed it, we're also going to reverse the unit. So it's 0.375 cans for $1. So now you're going to ask yourself, and that's why there's a 1 and 2, which one is useful information? Which one could you actually use? Is it good to know that 1 can of tuna is $2.67, or is it good to know that if I have $1, I can buy 0.3 cans? Hopefully, you realize that this information is not really possible. You can't go to the store and buy 0.3 of a can, so we're going to fill in the 1. This is the information that's useful. Okay, if you need to pause so everyone can get this one written down, and we'll get started with the next one. Okay, so number 2 says 6 movie tickets cost $35. So again, the first thing you're going to do is write the fraction both ways. So the first fraction's going to be 6 over 35, then the second fraction will just be the reverse of that, 35 over 6. Okay, so now you're going to take your calculator and type those both in. So pause the video so everyone can take the chance to actually get these typed in. Okay, so when you type this one in, you get 0.17. When you type this one in, you get 0.583. It says 3 repeating, 3 doesn't round up, so we just write that. Okay, and now we have to write the units because at this point, these information is still not very useful. So the first one, we did in the order. So 0.17 tickets for $1. Okay. And number 2, because we reversed it, we reversed the units. So $5.83, because this one's money, for every 1 ticket. Okay. You're going to notice a pattern here is that the second term is always 1 for whatever variable. So now we just have to ask ourselves which one is useful information. We have 0.17 tickets for $1. Can you go to the movies and buy 0.17 tickets? No, that's kind of weird. Or is it helpful to know that it's $5.83 for a ticket? Okay, so if you need to pause this so everyone can get caught up, that's great. Okay, number 3. 7 chocolate bars cost $22. Okay, so write the fraction both ways. Okay, pause the video, write the decimals. Okay, so should have gotten 0.3, it says 318, I'm going to write 0.32, and then this one is 314, okay? Right now, these numbers don't make very much sense without the labels, so let's add the labels to the first problem. First problem is just in order of the problem. So 0.32 chocolate bars, I'm just going to put bars for space sake, for $1. Second one, we're going to reverse the units. So it's chocolate bars and dollars, so we're going to do dollars and bars. So $3.14 for 1 bar. Okay. Which one's more useful? Okay. Hopefully you pick the second one because I don't know a candy store anywhere around that's going to let you go in and only buy 1/3 of the candy bar. Okay, so you can pause the video. I want you to attempt number 4 by yourself to the decimal part. Don't worry about the labels yet. We'll go over that in a second. Okay, so problem 4. We have 11 over 8 and 8 over 11. 11 over 8 is 1 point, it says 375, so I'm going to put 38. I'm rounding to the nearest hundreds because dollars is a common unit when you're doing stuff like this, and we need to know to the hundredths place for that. And then 8 divided by 11 is 0.727, so I'm going to write 73. Okay, hopefully you got these answers, so pause the video now and see if you can write the labels. Okay, so this one is in the order. So it's inches and hours, so 1.3 inches per hour. And then in this one, we're going to reverse it. So it's inches and hours, so we're going to write hours and inches. Okay, this one takes a little bit more brain power to understand which one's more useful. So if it's snowing, we're getting to that time of the year. Is it important to know that it snows 1 inch and 38 hundredths per hour, so about 1.5 inches per hour? Or is it important to know that it takes 0.73 hours for it to snow 1 inch? Well, our time doesn't really make sense here because that's actually about 45 minutes. Written like this, it's kind of useless. If this said 45 minutes for every inch, we could say this one. This one isn't really our kind of like way that we talk about time, so we're gonna go with 1. Okay. Number 5, I want you to pause the video. I want you to see if you can do number 5 all by yourself, and then when we come back, I'll go through the whole problem. Okay, so the first one we should have done 7 over 13. 7 over 13 is a decimal 0.53. It's in order of the problem, so batteries per $1, because those are my 2 units. Okay. And then number 2, I'm going to reverse my fraction. So 13 over 7 is it says 857, so hopefully you wrote 86. If you just wrote 85, that's totally fine. You're going to be off by a penny. I'm not going to count you wrong on the test, which is next Tuesday. So we're going to reverse the unit. So it was batteries and dollars was given to us, so we're going to reverse this. So this is dollars per battery. Okay. Now we have to decide which one's more useful. A half a battery for $1. Can't buy half of a battery, so that one's out. And $1.86 per battery, that's the one. Okay. Hopefully this makes sense. I posted this video also to Google Classroom if you need to re-watch it. But what you're going to do at this point is the bottom 6 through 10 is what you're supposed to work on for the rest of the time, and I will collect it on Monday when I see you. Hopefully you guys have a great day and a great weekend, and can't wait to see you.